Well, we continue on with a really cool little Friday segment that we're calling STEM Ambassadors, the ladies and girls who are doing great things in and for STEM. And this week's STEM Ambassador is Aubrey Loki, a junior at Cleveland State University. Now, if I get my stats correct, you're the first female to go after a physics and computer engineering double major with a minor in math.
Yes, that's right.
How much studying do you do?
A fair bit. I have a pretty large amount of homework.
I guess.
I still have time for other stuff, but
yeah,
it's a lot of work.
Now, take me back. You know, you're a non-traditional student, as you were just telling me a couple minutes ago. Kind of share that story a little bit. I think it's interesting.
So originally, I was majoring in animation at Edinburgh University, and I did that for a while, and I kind of fell out of it. And I worked for about 5 years at Starbucks, and then over the course of it, I started studying. I started watching MIT OpenCourseWare to kind of, because I like computers.
Just dabble in MIT.
Just dabble at MIT, yeah. And then I thought, I could do that, and I enrolled at Cleveland State.
So as a non-traditional student, was it scary for you going into college?
It definitely was a little bit intimidating, especially with all of the math. It had been a long time since I had done any math, and I felt like with all these tests and entrance things that it was really stressful, but got through it.
Now, how are your classes? So you're in physics and computer engineering classes along with math. What's the ratio of men to women in those classes? Have you ever looked around?
There's not very many women in my computer engineering classes, but there's a fair amount in my physics classes.
That's exciting. And speaking of those physics classes, you are really taking this to the next frontier. And by next frontier, I mean NASA. You interned at NASA already for a summer.
I did.
What was your project that you did there?
So I worked with the flow boiling and condensation experiment at NASA Glenn. My job was to help set up high-speed imaging and data acquisition for one of their ground tests.
Wow, right? What did you do today? That's what I like look at all this stuff and I'm like, oh, I made a bowl of cereal this morning. That was rather exciting. And then going forward, you mentioned to me that you were very interested in how computers degrade with time, I guess, in a radiation environment? Yes.
So what I became interested in was radiation effects on computers because what computers are made of makes them very susceptible to radiation damage. So what I would like to study is these effects and how we can make more resilient systems for longer space flight, for nuclear medicine and medical imaging, and commercial nuclear reactors and disaster cleanup to kind of help with that.
Crazy cool. Real quick, what would you tell a young you, knowing what you know now?
To not get discouraged. Don't give up. You can take as much time as you want within reason, but you don't have to know everything right this minute. You can kind of take your own path to get there.
Isn't that awesome to know that now?
It is.
Are you so excited? Like,
I am.
She's effervescent when she's talking about the radiation in the computer. She's just like, oh, this is so exciting. So, Aubrey, congratulations to you on all your successes.
Well, thank you very much.
Very excited. We can't wait to keep watching you and going forward because I have friends at NASA and you're going to be out there again this summer, so that'll be cool. Hook up with you again.
I'm very excited. Thank you.
Congratulations.